Hey there. I keep telling people to invest and to buy the companies that you already use to start. Did you do that? If you did, great. If not, no problem. I know it can be very expensive, and really it would take a lot of time to start investing in a way that you start to see real results in your march to financial freedom. I want to show you a way that is simple, doesn't require a ton of research, and really it's a cheaper way to do it. That way is through buying ETFs. If you're new here, I'm Dee from Brown Girls Trade 2. Welcome to my channel. My channel documents my journey to become a better investor, a better day trader, and my life as an expat living in Mexico. If these things sound interesting to you, like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you're notified each time I have an upcoming video. Now, let me get back to these ETFs, or exchange traded funds, that I mentioned earlier. Exchange traded funds are vehicles that are normally suggested alongside index funds and mutual funds. I'm going to break them all down a little bit for you. A mutual fund, index fund, and exchange traded fund are all investment vehicles that are really just a basket of stocks. People like you and I decide that we want to invest in a particular basket of companies contained in one of these funds. The money we invest is pooled together into one big amount so that they can buy those funds. Here are the four main differences in the funds. One, how they're managed, whether actively or passively. Mutual funds are actively managed, meaning they have a fund manager who decides when they're going to buy and sell any company and how much of it they'll be buying. Index and ETFs are passively managed because they are tracking a particular index or an industry. The second difference is how they are traded. Mutual funds and index funds are priced at the end of the day. ETFs can be traded like a stock throughout the entire trading day, giving you more flexibility to get in and out. The third difference is in expense ratios. Expense ratio is basically the fees required to run that fund, the administrative costs, paying for the fund manager, things like that. These fees can eat into your profits. ETFs and index funds will typically be less expensive than mutual funds because the mutual fund is actively managed and that mutual fund manager needs to be paid. The fourth difference is ETFs don't have a minimum required to buy into the fund. Mutual funds for sure have a minimum. Sometimes it can be it'll start at $2,500 and can go up. This is a barrier to entry for some people. So I'm going to give you an example. I'll list how much it would cost you to pay for 10 shares of Apple versus how much it would cost to pay for 10 shares of a fund that had Apple within that fund, right? If you wanted to own Apple and Microsoft, Home Depot, Berkshire Hathaway, all of these different companies, it would cost quite a lot of money to own all of those individual stocks. But in buying an ETF, you can own a portion of all of them, benefit from the growth of all of them, and receive dividends from that fund because they pay out dividends as well. Now, if you're not familiar with how you even look up what funds are available, I'm going to give you a few tools to use. And once you go to those tools, you can look up top ETFs or best performing ETFs at that site, and they'll give you a list of those different funds. So some of the tools that I use, one is Yahoo Finance. Once you get to Yahoo Finance, you go over to the tab. I think there's a tab that has ETFs, or at least a drop down, right? And then once you go there, you can actually look at that fund, see what the top holdings are in that fund, and decide if that's something you want to own. I also use a site called barchart.com. You can also look there for the top 100 ETFs. I believe it has that list. Finviz is a good site, and there are a bunch of others. But anyway, the information is out there for you to do the research. Basically, do that research, find out which of these funds you can own to own a piece of all of these different companies. This will start you on your way to investing and your road to becoming wealthy. So there are 11 sectors of the stock market that you may decide you'd like to invest in. Look those up at the sites that I listed earlier. I'll try and name all of the industries. There are 11 of them. So there is consumer discretionary, consumer staples, transportation, utilities, financials, information technology, one of my favorites, communications, former company I worked for is within that sector, healthcare, oh goodness, I can't remember the others, but trust me, there's 11 of them. Check them out, see if it's something you're interested in, and start to invest. I hope that you got a better understanding of what an exchange traded fund is. I hope that you now understand that it's something that you can do, and you can do it at a very low cost. I hope that you've learned something here that you can pass on to the people in your own circle. And I hope that you come back and visit me. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you receive every video that I produce going forward. And do me a favor, put in the comments if there's something that you're interested in me talking about, if there's a fund that maybe I didn't mention, maybe it's not on my radar, or what brokerages you're using. Let's talk about this. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you start to invest.